Diddy, welcome home. Does it look a bit different to how you remember it?
Yeah, much different. Been getting taken around the stadium. These changing rooms here, completely different night and day to when I was here. It's more up to date, shall I say. But yeah, it's nice to be back and see familiar things and familiar surroundings of when I was here years ago.
Do you get that feeling of being at home when you walk around here, even though there's a lick of paint here and there and you saw a new PA system being installed just as you were walking around?
Yeah, it does. And even obviously I'm a Nottingham boy, so when I drive past the stadium, it brings back all the memories I have when I was a kid here, and I've been back here watching games many times. So yeah, I always get that feeling when I come here. It is home to me. It is my club, so it's proud, yeah.
We'll get stuck into all that in a bit. I think first and foremost we should recognise what a fantastic season you had with Derby County, a huge club and an excellent club. Just tell us about your experiences there and how much of a difficult decision it was to end your stay there.
It was a great season, personally. We just missed shy of the playoffs on the last day. I'm sure you'll seen that. But yeah, scoring 25 goals. The manager, Paul Warren there, and his staff, they've been fantastic to me. The boys, the players, they've been brilliant. They've wouldn't have scored all them goals without them. It's a massive club, and I'm sure they'll be fine next year and be fighting for that top spot in League One with the fan base and the players and the staff they've got. But yeah, it was a great season for me personally.
You've had many great seasons, but that was the best goal-scoring season for you last year, coming so late in your career. What was the secret, do you think? What clicked?
I think when you're the main man up there and that's your real responsibility. I've been at many clubs where the goals haven't always been my responsibility. I like to get involved in the play, link up. Sometimes I play as a 10. I've played in midfield in certain clubs. But the onus on last year was on me to get the goals. I was the go-to guy, and yeah, a lot of the goals shots that I had just went in. It happens in football. Sometimes you score more, but there's been other seasons where I probably had more chances. But it's just one of them things. I'm grateful for the experience I had there last year.
Do you take confidence from that? Have you carried that into the summer? Have you thought a lot about the tally that you scored and the way that you went about it? And do you still manage to take confidence from that even as an experienced pro?
Yeah, for sure. Scoring goals, there's a knack to it. And there's different ways of scoring. And I've actually found different ways, You've got to be more cute about things. And yeah, I'm taking that into my game, and hopefully I can bring that here.
You mentioned there you were the main man in terms of goals last season at Derby. We've obviously got our own main man in Macaulay Langstaff, who's had an incredible return last year. You also said that you like to drop off and link up the play as well. So you feel like you've got a variety of different roles you can play within this team.
Yeah, for sure. It's not just a number 9. I'm sure people that know my game will know that. I can play in various positions. Like you say, there's a fantastic number 9 here at the minute, scoring goals. And hopefully he scores many, many, many goals next season as well. So yeah, I'm just coming to play my part. I've got a fight to get in the team. I haven't come in here to just walk in there as a main man. I've got to fight and impress to get that shirt, and that's what I'll be willing to do.
Pre-season, from what I gather under Luke Williams, is quite a tough and robust experience. I think any player would say that under any manager, to be fair. But how valuable is it for you to have this done a few weeks before you report back? You can sort of get your mind focused on the target, and you're going to have a full pre-season to get set.
That's one of the key things. I think last season I didn't have a pre-season. I went to Derby middle to end of July, picked up an injury because of my body wasn't. I got thrown straight into it, and then it took me a bit sluggish for the start of the season. So I wanted to get a good pre-season at Notts County, get my body right and fit and firing for the start of the season. But all pre-seasons are tough. There's no hiding from it. And if you don't like tough, then you're not going to succeed in football. So tough what's come for the game. I'll be ready for it.
You quite rightly had some fantastic options this summer upon the expiration of your contract at Derby. What was the sole basis of your decision that Notts was the place for you?
The sole decision was, obviously this is the team I support, and I'm from a Nottingham boy, so it's perfect in that sense. But I've watched the club, the direction they're going, under the gaffer. I've been to games this season. I've watched them on telly. I was at Wembley, and I think there's a general football that they play, the buzz around the place. You know, I think they were onto something here, and I want to be a part of it. And yeah, I had options, higher leagues, higher money, but that doesn't make a successful career. You know, sometimes you've got to put happiness before that and what's right for you, and things will fall in place after that.
How long have you held this goal and ambition to return to Notts? When did that start creeping into your mind? At what point in your career?
I've got a specific time, but you know, it's always been in the back of my mind. I've always, you know, watching the scores from when I was left the club many years ago, and obviously I said I've been back here many times, and I've always said I want to come back, and that might not have happened. You know, if this was a couple of years ago, you know, with the club in a different direction, and it might not have happened, but with my contract expiring and the offer there for me to come back, I didn't want to look back in 10 years' time and, you know, look back and think that I wasted this opportunity. I wish I did this. So, you know, I'm really, really like buzzing that I've committed to the club. I'm really excited about moving forward with them and meeting all the lads and the manager and all the staff and being part of it.
Let's rewind to the very start of your Notts journey. How old were you when you first came here? What are your earliest memories of pulling on the black and white?
Yeah, so I was under 9s in the Centre of Excellence back then, coming through. And then I remember I made my debut when I was still in school in year 11. I remember the likes of who was in the team then. I think it was like the Paul Heffernans and then I got Milden all in goal. But yeah, it was a fantastic moment. I think the first game here was against, I think we played Sheffield Wednesday. Bournemouth away, we played, I travelled. I remember the boys got me in the back playing poker when I was 15, 16. But yeah, great memories and good times. I remember my Gary Bazil, who's at Forest now, you know, he was a big mentor for me, bringing me through. Him and John Gaunt, Johnny G, who was the youth team coach. So I owe a lot to them to bring me through.
And even from that point, after you left for Southampton, was it always a case of watching Notts results and keeping an eye on things?
Yeah, definitely. You know, watching all the results, and it was that crazy time when they were signing all them players. So that was fun to watch at times. But obviously, what happened after that, through the years, it weren't. As a fan, I was watching it, and you know, I weren't happy when they went out of the league and went to National League. But fair play, they built it back up, and sometimes a step back is better to take two forward, and I truly believe that the club's made that.
You've kept Nottingham and Notts close to your heart no matter where you've been in your career. It was lovely to see your family join you today on what's obviously a special and memorable day for you. How proud are you to give them the opportunity to see you perform where it all began? Yeah,
I've told them that. That's why I brought them today. They know how much of a fan I am in you know, the club, and I've always told them that my aim is to finish at Notts County, so I want them to be part of it and to show them my surroundings, and they'll be at many games this season. They've already told me that. So, yeah, family is massive to me. I'm a Nottingham boy, and you know, to show them that this is a club that I'm going to be playing for is a proud moment as a dad.
You've joined us when you could have, let's be honest, made more money elsewhere. That would suggest to me that you've come here for footballing reasons, to make more memories, to rack up more successes in what has been a very successful career. How much would you love a promotion next year or to be up there challenging?
Yeah, that would be the ideal goal. You know, being in the top area of the league, you know, that's what I'm sure the club are hoping for, but it's not that easy. I think, you know, I looked in the bookies' favourite, us and Wrexham to go back up. You know, no league's easy. You don't just walk into a league and that happens. You know, there's got to be hard work. There's got to be the same craft they had last year going into it. And yeah, there was other options, and financially and, you know, bigger leagues. But, you know, I've learned through my career and through my life, you know, money doesn't bring happiness. You know, I think you have to find that inner happiness inside yourself. That's the truly believe that in life.
You're not a big presence on social media, I don't think, but no. You will surely have known the furore that's been going around for the last couple of weeks. Notts fans desperate for us to announce your signing. Is it nice to know that there's a huge clamour to get you back here?
Yeah, I'd rather be nice than not nice, but that's social media. I'm not a big social media man, but one of my best mates, he gives me a search on Twitter and shows me what's going on and sends me all the memes and all the gifs that what's going on. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be a bit of a hoo-ha after they announce this signing, yeah.
It'll be nice though, won't it, that first pre-season friendly probably, and it's going to be a big crowd here for Stoke, and then we've got Forest as well, which will obviously be a good one for you too.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a lovely moment for you to be able to share a stadium with the Notts fans again.
Yeah, can't wait. You know, I've looked at the fixtures, see what it's just even like the local ones that are around Nottingham that you play, and just being part. You know, seeing when like social media, like on my private Instagram, and you see all the people that I know, and they're at the Notts games and the ones versus the Forest, and you know, so it's just great to be back in the city and being part of something, and I can't wait to put on the shirt and earn my place, earn my right to get into the team and get some minutes.
Because it's important, isn't it, to have to build an affinity with fans when you join a new club. But you're going to have that straight away. That puts you in a really good position, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. But I've learned that you have to earn more. You know, it's all good being from Nottingham, supporting the club and saying the right things on camera that I am to now. But you know, I've got to go out there and show that what the shirt means to me, and put the hard work in and prove that I deserve to wear the shirt. You know, I've got to do that, and I'm sure I will. And hopefully, you know, it'll be a success story. What's
the plan for the next few weeks before you come in and start running around?
Get myself more fitter, because I've heard Luke's the Gaffers pre-season are tough. But no, just being with the family. You know, I think when pre-season comes, it's tough, it's relentless. So you know, just spending time with the family and keeping myself busy.
Look forward to seeing you out there in the black and white again.
Thank you very much.